M-I-S-E-R-Y, it's the miserable media. M-I-S-E-R-Y, it's the miserable media. It's the miserable media.
It's the miserable media.
Hey y'all, welcome to the miserable media. She's up here getting bucked already. Bondi Blue, I'm Brett Grau. This show we make fun of the damn news and the news people and the newscasts and all the miserable shit in the world, trying to have a decent, good, fun-loving time up in here with my girl Bondi Blue. What's happening, baby?
What's happening?
Man, I tell you what. Once upon a time in the news business, they would tell you after a long day, like say there was breaking news, you worked 12 hours today.
Time.
Why don't you just, come in 8 to 12 tomorrow, but a 4-hour shift and not put that overtime on the time sheet. Holy shit. That shit right there is against the law. It's not against union policy. It's not against workplace ethics. That shit is against the fucking labor laws of the United States of America. You can't do that. Give me the overtime. Go ahead.
Okay. But then they will turn around and tell you that if you come in 10 minutes late too many times and you don't put it on your timesheet, you're stealing from the company.
Oh,
I love that.
Man,
I thought that was amazing.
That's messed up.
You're stealing from the company that barely wants to give you toilet paper in this motherfucker, and you stealing from them.
I can't believe
My
it.
whole life, bitch.
Yeah.
My whole life. And I'm stealing from you.
And also, when it comes to vacation, you can't deny my vacation because of sweeps or because of whatever it is. And then take it away at the end of the year. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, heads up, you got 10 days to take,
and then
3
you make it so hard to take because you want it to be all consecutive and not the days, spread out over the year, which is really the best way to do it a lot of the times. You do like 1 or 2 whole weeks, and then for your remaining week, you spread that shit out as much as you can. Because you need time off, and they will fuck you.
And the union don't do shit about it. The union does nothing about it.
No.
They have you work, because it's all overtime based on a 40-hour work week.
Just
so if you got to work 20 hours one day, take the next day off, come in, and then just do your 40 hours. You're so lucky you haven't been fucking reported to the authorities. I swear to God, we would have had this whole industry shut down. But just a heads up to anybody thinking going into the business, that's the type of shit that you deal with.
I just saw an article, and I'm so mad that I didn't get the young lady's name that the article was about. But she was talking about how is that the story you sent me?
With what?
The Huffington Post with the girl who the black girl who was talking about how messed up and prejudiced working in the news business is, and how she would be the only black woman in the room, the only person of color in the room.
Yes.
They would make jokes and shit. I had also read that on Twitter.
That's in the news right now. It's Vogue magazine came out with CBS has a white people problem.
Yes.
It's a CBS.
Yes.
There's one mixed race young lady that got to be an executive in the talent division or whatever.
Okay.
And she came across a couple of instances of N-words and shit being thrown around. Highly uncomfortable. She was told that she needs to have thicker skin. There's 36.
I love that.
30,
as if we don't already have it. Dear privileged person.
At CBS, out of 36 creative executives, 33 of them are white. 3 of them are people of color, but not black. 0 black.
Right.
And there was an investigation, and nothing got turned up, and that's when she decided to go talk to Vanity Fair. CBS is trying to quell it with a settlement. You know what I mean? Trying to give us some money.
I mean, in the news media period, though, there aren't enough black people. Kerry Washington complained about how there were no black people reporting, getting ready to start reporting on the presidential election coming up in 2020. All of the correspondents that they listed were all white people. Mm-hmm. It was amazing.
Her name's Whitney Davis, by the way. The CBS.
Whitney Davis.
Well, it brings up the point. Locally here, do we have a white people problem in the business? Do we?
Yes.
Like in New Orleans?
Can I?
Absolutely.
Let me.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going to tell you what the white people problem is. It's a different white people problem. Because even though we don't have the disparities in numbers, I'm saying that wrong.
Disparages.
Thank you.
Got it.
In numbers, because there are a lot of black people, but if you notice, when we have those meetings, who's actually involved in those meetings? The only black people in those meetings are the few black reporters and anchors, and there are only a small amount of those at certain stations.
I agree.
Okay?
I see a lot of sisters local, a lot of beautiful sisters on the. I don't see as many black dudes, as sisters.
Not a lot of black men.
Talent.
and also in management. Of course,
That's
in
where it
talent,
is.
when you have a black city like New Orleans, your talent is going to be black. Okay, even some of your photographers and technical people, but when it comes to the people that are actually making the decisions, none of those people are black in a city that is primarily black. And I also feel like that's a testament to the way the city is. The city is built off of black culture. The only reason it has the culture in the, you know, the value that it has is because of the African people that came here, along with the French and everybody else in Spain, like everybody. But we all know with this shit, all of this second lining in the music, in the food and shit,
Second
it's
line.
the black people.
Damn
shit.
right.
But the people that make the decisions, regardless of the fact that we do have a black mayor, I have been in rooms where you could tell that these are all of the rich people, and there's still a small percentage.
and that's the young lady's point from CBS. She's saying that it's not talent wise. They put them on the screen, you know, to fill out so people don't get outraged and shit.
Right, but
when
behind the scenes,
when it comes to the management, because I was in this local news thing for a while and knew people at the others. We all know each other across stations and shit. I've never heard of one black person running any of the newscasts or even like executive producers. I mean, seriously.
Recently at one of the stations, I believe their news director is black.
But it's cronyism.
But
there it goes back to cronyism because everybody hires their friends and, you know.
That's another thing. That's
shit.
another thing that I don't like. The news business is not exactly a business that needs to be ran by people who don't know what the fuck they're doing. This business is quick and scary, and sometimes you can be somewhere and you need somebody to make a decision that puts your life in danger. So what annoys me is when you put your friends who have never done this, don't really understand this, you put them in the positions to make decisions, and then they make bad decisions, and then the people that are actually involved get all of the blame for it. So that's like one of the things that just drives me insane. Stop hiring your high-ass friend that sold you drugs back in the day, and he not even good at his job, but somehow he's so protected. It's ridiculous.
Damn!
It's ridiculous. And everybody knows it, and everybody says it, but nobody's gonna actually do anything about it.
That's that one thumbs down that we get on our videos. Show me some news.
Good evening. It is one of the most famous buildings in the world. It has stood on the banks of the River Seine for more than 800 years.
Oh, man. So this beautiful 900-year-old church burned to the ground, and I was shocked. Not because the bitch burned down, by how many goddamn people been to France, posting all your damn pictures of you in front of church. Are you see it? Oh, everybody and their damn mama been to France.
I mean, it just means so much to me that I was able to be there.
Like, what the fuck?
It was still there.
I took a trip to Blockbuster to get the Hunchback fucking Notre Dame fucking movie. I've been in the Paris casino in Vegas. But y'all motherfuckers going to damn France? What the fuck? That is some sick ass shit. Y'all say, why don't you? And then they just, so these are the people that come out, like within 24 hours, you had $500 million donated to rebuild this fucking church. Jesus Christ. If you're that upset about it, why don't you donate your next European vacation trip to the fucking Catholic Church? And then go cry yourself to sleep on your fucking golden pillow. God damn, what the fuck? Everybody.
Huge pillow.
Well, this turned in quickly to everybody bragging about their France trip, did it not? You know what I mean?
But I will say this, because of that situation, a lot of people donated way more money to the black churches down here in Louisiana that were being burned down by that crazy ass little white boy whose daddy was a deputy.
I saw that because you made a thing about it, and then you go and get some donations or whatever. But
they weren't really donating at first, and then the fire happened in France, and everybody was like, So I thought that was good.
You know what the politicians say? Never let
maybe nobody raped anybody at those churches.
Politicians say never let a disaster go to waste. You know what I mean?
When there is blood on the streets, buy property.
But look, the Catholic Church don't need your help rebuilding this. They haven't been paying taxes for 2,000 years. They got money
in buildings.
And
they don't need your help.
Baby,
I thought that was ridiculous.
They
I was
saved
like,
everything.
People starving in this world, and y'all trying to rebuild the old ass church that you don't even go to.
And they saved everything. They saved all the artwork, which is good. They saved,
no.
They got it
but you know they stole a lot of that shit, okay?
They did. And the only thing that burned down was the golden building. And you worshiping this thing like it's the fucking calf and fucking Ten Commandments, which Charlton Heston
and what they told you, Moses said that the Lord didn't want it like that. But look at y'all. All upset over
crying about
building.
this shit.
Jesus said, lift up a rock and I am there. Okay, that's what Jesus said.
Yeah.
What testament are you following?
Yeah, you've been watching fucking Tom Hanks movies too much, baby. Well, hey, look, first of all, so then another thing about this, so the church is burning down to the ground, happening in front of my eyes, and the news pops up. The news people pop up and say, this is not terrorism.
Who said it was terrorism?
Well, I know, but that's the first thing they want to say. This is not terrorism. The cause is unknown,
I guess
but we
so
know
many
right now
different
and
things
that.
have been happening in Europe lately.
Well, how the fuck you know it's not terrorism? It's not like you even have any time to do any investigation. How you gonna come up and say it's there's like this is because of faulty construction? Well, okay, well, where are like the construction witnesses?
Why would they lie about that? You know how much people love greenlighting everybody's fears and shit.
I hate like this instantly knowing the cause of shit and instantly knowing what it's not. Like there hasn't even been an investigation. A la 911 and fucking passports a fucking show. The hijacker's passport. We have the hijacker's passport. Okay, motherfucker. Just like you have the evidence that it wasn't fucking terrorism in fucking France just now. I mean, come on, man. I'm not saying it was. All I'm saying is take the day or two to investigate before you have everything figured out. And you certainly don't need to be donating all your damn money to these motherfuckers.
I think that's so stupid. Here's my take. I feel as if, okay, maybe you're right. What did they say? It said it was faulty. They didn't explain exactly what it was.
Yeah, a renovation project. There was no work going on. They left the bill. Apparently, like some like a piece of construction equipment got left plugged in, and this burned down. Come on now, like this is weird to me.
That could possibly be some bullshit. I'm not opposed to delving into the fact that might be some bullshit.
How much money this building makes? You think they would have like 10 people, security stationed at all time?
Right.
At the second a spark pops up, they talk about this building makes like hundreds of millions of dollars a year for the Catholic Church.
A church making that much money. Mm-hmm. That's ridiculous to me. Since when do you charge to go to a church? They do, but they don't. Not like that. That's some terrible shit.
Speaking of the Catholic Church, this is another story that came. The only relation to the Catholic Church that it has, though, is that there's little boys getting fucked in it. The Boy Scouts of America.
Yes.
Have you seen this?
Yes.
12,000 motherfuckers are claiming that they were abused by the Boy Scouts going back 70 years, dude. It's just like a culture of little boy rape in the Boy Scouts, man.
Look,
God damn, what is wrong with you white people? It's mostly white people.
Really
you think about Boy Scouts, I think about white people. I don't like it.
No,
what the hell is wrong with you middle-aged white people? Y'all are some sick motherfuckers, man. God damn. I'm telling you. Talk to your priest. No, actually, what the fuck's that gonna do?
It's the way they orchestrate a way to do it. It's like, for instance, I feel like in a lot of situations when black kids will get raped by an adult, it's like somebody in their family, it's somebody like around them at a school, at a church. Whereas we go out looking in the community. Let's create an organization together, and then we can bring the boys to us.
Well, that's what. When the Boy Scouts and the Catholic Church, they could have a fuck off and see who could get deeper into these motherfuckers.
And you know there's some crisscross up in there.
And the winner gets fucking $2 million donated to the fucking church.
That is terrible, bro. That there are so many people that take advantage of children looking to find themselves experience something in life.
And they all get off.
Fucking disgusting.
And it never ends with people except for this case of Sandusky. And that was they made that the biggest deal ever. Oh, this motherfucker's gone. But all these other rapists, they fucking walk, dude. After a few fucking years. To me, this is the biggest crime you could commit.
To me, if there is actual physical evidence, meaning semen in the ass or in the throat, I need some real evidence. If there is not real evidence in a situation, I feel like, you should let them go, okay? But if you got real evidence and they let that motherfucker go, whoever the parent is needs to kill them. Or at least maim them.
Speaking of crime and punishment, another story that's coming, you remember James Byrd? This was the black gentleman in which the movie Two Towns of Jasper was made.
Yes.
Dragged behind the motherfucker.
Yeah, like they did Emmett Till.
So they just fucking got around to killing the motherfucker. The second one of the ringleader. They call him the ringleader.
One is already gone, and then there's one that's about to be, and that's the ringleader.
This motherfucker's been sitting on death row for 20-something years. Can we?
But Tootie's dead.
Can we
dead.
stop?
We didn't really know. Tootie's dead.
Can we stop with this like lifetime of death row before you finally get fucking killed? Like, what is this?
Like, here's my thing. Like, I personally don't like death row. I don't like the death penalty. Because I feel like there are so many times where they have it wrong and they kill somebody and they have it fucking wrong, and I feel like
this ain't wrong.
No, it's not. But I also feel like I don't know why that just made me want to say that. Because I'm sorry, like that's just how I feel.
That's
but
fine.
I do agree that if you're
understand.
going to put somebody on the death penalty, and we know they actually did it, especially in a situation where you do something so fucked up.
People are wrong.
Like they stripped him naked and dragged him for miles behind a truck. That is some painful, terrible, fucked up shit to do to somebody. And yeah,
so here's my
proposal. Killed years ago. If you were gonna
kill that motherfucker the same way they fucking killed him. You know
I think that's reasonable.
And they need to do it right after. Like, get your appeal in case they got it wrong. Everybody,
you
convicted.
Like 5 years.
You get an appeal. So you go to 2 years later, you go to your appeal, and they decide whether you get a new trial or whatever. Like, as soon as the gavel fucking kicks down, you fucking drawn and quartered and drug out the motherfucker by your feet by a fucking pickup truck down the fucking field.
People say it's barbaric, but I feel like if you can actually prove that somebody did something, that should definitely be a way that they should die.
Right
like
then and there.
If they kill somebody a certain way, they should be then hurt in that exact
that way, right then and there. Fuck all this 30 years later. You know what, like, this is based off of? It's like, you know how they put Judeo-Christian ideas in the government. You know what I mean? It's founded on that. It's like, they want to give you time to repent. You know what? They saying it's inhumane to be convicted of your wrongdoing and then be put to death right then and there because...
Except for you're a fucking witch or something. Get the shit out of here.
Because you're going to hell right then and there. So the argument is, it's the human thing to do to give them time to repent so they can get to heaven. And then you kill the motherfucker. Well, aren't you, if you do it that way, aren't you like bringing him straight to his reward? Like, if you truly believe that he repented and now you're going to heaven, so we're going to kill you 40 years before you're supposed to go to heaven. It's like you giving me the reward. You letting me out. You letting me out of jail. So that's a contradiction.
I feel like life in jail is like one of the worst things anybody can ever go through, especially if they always in jail with the very people that they hate. And I imagine that this white person is probably very racist. So probably just crowding him in jail with a whole bunch of big black men is like the best thing that could ever happen.
Use the smell test. You know what I mean? There's too much formality. You know, like every case is different. Some it's death penalty.
I think so.
I think it's rare that somebody gets put to death wrongfully. It happens. You know what I mean? But I'd say it's not common. You think it's common?
I think it's more common than you think it is.
Okay, well, perhaps. But regardless, if there's a case where, and there's no fucking question, kill the motherfucker right there. Kill him. Kill him. Cut this motherfucker.
This is for entertainment purposes only. We are not really telling anybody to go out and hurt anyone.
No, I'm telling you, fucking rape babies, you die right then and there. By the hand of fucking the law.
Y'all
You're
heard
dead.
what I say, right?
Dead.
Okay.
And Joe Biden is speaking. Let's listen in. Joe Biden speaking for his first sit-down interview with The View.
What took so long to get into the race? We're so happy you finally announced.
Just this morning, Joe Biden throwing his hat into the presidential race. Sleepy Joe, Creepy Joe, whatever you want to call him. Another old white man's taking the forefront in the presidential race.
I'll take
What's
it.
up?
I'll take it.
You gotta take
I will take any sane, logical, intelligent, actual politician, white man right now that isn't screaming all of the bullshit that Trump, deranged Donald. I love it. That's what trending. Deranged Donald. I love it. I love it. It's way too much to say, but it's cute for the moment.
They all come off a little deranged to me. But I tell you what,
Yeah,
so Biden
definitely.
he's got some catching up to Bernie when it comes to funds. He's got to raise some funds, baby. He's got to
I think
raise
it's
a lot
gonna
of
be
money.
easy for him. I think this might be easy for him.
I say you
because
have-
I think even though a lot of core-based Republicans that claim they love Trump so much, they probably secretly are embarrassed by him, and everybody's just looking for a reason to jump the ship. And another old white guy gives them a reason to jump ship
Yeah.
without feeling bad about it.
I don't know. I say you have a grope-a-thon. You pay $150 to get touched by Joe Biden, baby.
This is him just gripping the shoulders. That's what he likes to do. And he, for what I understand, he will be affectionate with not just women. He also, will be, touching on men. So it's not like I don't know if I think he's a perv like that. Because I think if he was a perv, it would have come out already. Like, all they got is that he hugs a little too long and shakes hands too long and touches shoulders. But he hasn't, grabbed the puss. He did smell hair. But, I mean, sometimes I smell people hair, too.
He kissing on your neck a little bit,
He did. Did he kiss that lady on the neck? I read a whole bunch of stories and I didn't really kiss nobody on the neck.
But guess who is not...
He didn't grab any pussies. I will just say that the fine line is right before grabbing pussies.
There's no endorsement from Barack, by the way, at this moment. He says that's his boy.
I think Barack is on vacation.
He said it was the best decision he ever made. He loves Joe, but he's not endorsing Joe Biden. He may, I don't know. I guess he may.
He said that?
Yeah, he did say that. I don't know if that means now. Yeah, it's
or
coming
in
later.
The future, just
like,
currently.
let's see who else.
Right. Let's see. I think we should wait.
mean,
I don't think we should be in a rush to say anybody is going to be the president. I like to wait until we get to those debates. Okay, and we get to see who's really standing on that stage. And when that happens, that's when I get a better feel for who I think will end up being the candidates. But Donald Trump is president, so we can just throw all of that shit out the window and just get on our knees and pray to whoever we pray to and hope that we're not in this fuck shit of a situation in the upcoming years.
I hope there's an independent, a really good independent.
I feel like at this point, even if there is a good independent, an independent is not going to win. They're just splitting the vote.
Yeah, well.
Like, pick a fucking side.
I don't want to pick a side. I hate the divide and conquer. I hate the two side and you got to be either one of them. To me, they work for the same person, motherfucker. The fucking...
Illuminati.
No, the money interest that rules the fucking world. I tell you, you don't need a formal fucking Illuminati for these motherfuckers that both all went to Ivy League and all are in those sororities and fraternities. Mm-hmm. You don't need a round table conspiracy meeting to know what benefits everybody in that cert. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference.
And I also believe that regardless to what people, the stereotypes we might put on either political party, I believe that there are fucked up, terrible people in both. I just feel as if I cannot deal with the amount of hypocrisy that I feel like happens with Republicans.
I hear you. Vote Libertarian, vote Green Party, vote something. She's going to tell you vote Democrat because the other one is
And
Trump.
it's not just because I'm like a black person, because I've looked at both sides of this. At one point I was like, could I be, like, if I had money, would I be a Republican? And I'm like, no. Y'all social shit is what fucks me up. I am a person that feels like you don't get to decide the decisions that are made in other people's lives just because you created a government that is funded by my paycheck. Like, I feel like that does not make sense, that you get to make decisions for me, and the only reason you're able to do what you do is because you take money out of my check. Mm-hmm. And in actuality, I think that they, they belittle how bad shit can get if people get mad enough.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. I mean, I think they both have a role to play to keep this fucking miserable fucking bitch
in
going.
a balance.
You know,
in a balance. In between falling off and staying afloat.
Right. So to me, it's like the liberal Democrats are here to kind of reap discourse socially through social, justice and race and all that shit like that. And then the Republicans, they exist to funnel fucking people to the church and to the military. And to keep people fighting with each other. I mean, to me, that's, about divide and conquer.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Do.
Yeah,
especially as a black person.
Right.
It's called colorism.
And the left wants to, we have big hearts and we want to help everybody. And the right is just mean.
Fuck everybody.
Mean and takes this, life isn't fair and you're going to have to, and keep, that's conservative.
Even though my life is so fair.
Sure. But, and I think in general, people, will give, what they can give to each other, so that we can make the best society that we can.
Because ultimately we have to know that if we're not on the same page, this shit all fucks up for everybody.
But when that shit gets thrown out the window, when emergency hits your family. You know what I mean? You're going to save your kid or somebody else's kid. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's in state of emergency. And I think the media is there to create that emergency to an extent. You know what I'm saying? It's like we got to keep. There's a constant tragedy, emergency. We're at the brink of war and death all the time, and that keeps these people not giving none. Nobody wants to give anybody to anything in states
because
of emergency.
We're fear mongering. We're creating fear. Like, be scared of these people. Be scared of what you don't know. Because look at all these terrible things happening all over the world. Like, this is the reason why you're poor right now, because this black person over here is getting a job and got in school because of some government law. Like, it's a whole bunch of fucked up stuff that goes on.
I got no time to help anybody else. I have a goddamn emergency to attend to.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Fuck shit. All right, y'all. That's it. That's all. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode of The Miserable Media with your girl, Bondy Blue, and my homeboy, Brett.
Yes, indeed. Follow us where we be. Tell your friends about us. Keep growing us. Let us help you not be so miserable.
Share the motherfucking video. Thank you.
Thanks.